what we learned about everybody else. So page 47, Amazon does 35 transactions per second. It does a 9.8 rate of conversion. If you go on to the site, you're buying something, 10% of the time. That's about 2 to 3x Walmart and Target. That's a problem. So page 48 is going to show you, again, I hit on this a little bit earlier, but it's your category breakout as far as exactly where you shop. And again, I could argue that, and I'll say it again because it's very important, that the guys on the right-hand side here probably are more at risk. Like Hanes Brands, Baby and Child, bad. I think we should look at the spread there. So let's look at page 49. And you basically see, what percent are you shopping in each category for a prime customer minus a non-prime customer. So the biggest one, you got essentially Bed Bath. I have a lot of conversations with people on this, and there are certain categories where I think people think they're just un-Amazonable. If you're buying a fragrance, are you going to buy a CK1? I don't know if that's still relevant, but are you going to buy it online when you don't know what it smells like? You probably want to go into a store, you want to go into a Macy's, but not going into a Macy's, and you want to go ahead and spray it on you and see how it smells on you. I don't know. Will there ever be a time where you're going to hit a button, you'll get a little squirt or something that kind of goes poof and you smell it? I can't imagine it happens in my lifetime, but can't imagine drones will happen either, and I can't imagine we'll see an underground delivery network. If you look at couches, it's non-Amazonable, right? Well, it's starting to happen. Could you buy a Rolex on Amazon? You can't buy really nice ones, but we are absolutely getting there. Back to the 5.0 retail. That's where they're going. Ulta, right? It's immune. It's a great company. I get it. It is a great company, a great brand. One of the 3 companies out there who's buying relatively big box real estate, or I should say leasing it. But there's nothing about that category that's not, that is un-Amazonable. You look at glasses, like really, I mean, if you're Luxottica, where you own content, you own Ray-Ban and also Oakley, and you're selling that into the brand you also own, which is a Sunglass Hut, you get Warby Parker, who's trying to completely be a disintermediator. Why can't Amazon do that? Like, why can't Amazon completely sink a Warby Parker? Why can't they cut margins at a company like a Luxottica in half? Why can't you get a golden retriever puppy on Amazon? I know, Brian, you're nuts, but what's stopping them from starting kind of a pet exchange? If you go to a breeder up here and you want a golden, you're paying probably $3,000 something. And if you go in like a place like in North Carolina, you're spending $800. It's got very different parents, and I won't even go there. I love Goldens. But I mean, the point is, there's no reason why Amazon can't and won't do these things. It can do anything it wants. If you look at every URL that exists in the US, or that exists on ComScore. I mean, there are things I like ComScore for, and there are things I don't. I don't like it as far as like a trend rate, as far as what category is actually doing well and what's not. I like it for the demographic snapshot of who shops where and which sites are more relevant than others, and importantly, what traffic goes from one site to another site. It's actually really important if you're Google, because you have more companies who are paying up for Google to compete against Amazon. That's why Jet.com will never make money, because it's really paying up to be a competitor to Amazon, and it's not going to win. But if you look at this, here's all the websites. It takes the top overlap. So you got uncommongoods.com. I don't even know who the heck that is. But they're the biggest loser. So we don't know who that is. We'll probably never know who it is because it probably won't be there in a year or two. All the way at the other end, justfab.com. I don't know what the heck that is either, but they're the least affected as far as a person going from their site over to Amazon. And this is as a percent of its own traffic. If we look at only the big companies that most people on this call really care about, you look at page 55. So first on that list of losers, you get Barnes & Noble. Okay, Barnes & Noble. That's like a news flash there. I'm interested in that 5th on that list is Lululemon. I wasn't expecting that. Ulta is like what? I don't know, 18th? I mean, it's pretty far up there. At the complete opposite end, Under Armour, really, really light. That's probably Under Armour bullish over time as far as being Amazonable. A couple of companies that aren't on here are Wayfair, which is 2.6%, RH of 2.1. I don't know how they aren't on here, but you got RH, which is right in line with Pier 1. Your WSM is 2.2, so I guess all those guys are in the same boat. Let's look at it by retailer, page 56, and we're starting to wind down here, but so versus when we did this survey a couple of years ago, who are the incremental losers? You know, not a big shocker. You have your discounters and mass retailers, your department stores, and increasingly your grocery stores. I suspect Howard would probably agree that when we do this again next year, and we will, you're going to see that grocery store number really, really pop. The drugstores are interesting because they're drugstores, right? And they're really immune. You always have to go there and get your prescription. Well, you really don't have to go there because you got your home, your end delivery on that, like that final mile, right? You don't have to go to the store anymore. And also, your front end on these boxes is in trouble. Like, they sell a lot of groceries. They sell a lot of things that you can just go on Amazon and buy them. So there's a problem.